Welcome back to the program. Time for the Joy Business van. Question: what would you do if you were handed a van, an old and abandoned van for that matter? Well, broadcast engineer Kofi Tandoh knew exactly what to do when he acquired one. Assemble an outside broadcast OB van. With that van, Kofi hopes to offer broadcasting solutions and upscale OB productions here in Ghana in the wake of high demand. He is our feature on the Joy. Kofi has had to improvise a lot. Some of the equipment are abandoned stuff he's had to re-engineer to meet a need.
What I've learned to do is how to use anything at my disposal and use it in a professional broadcast environment. You wouldn't normally find a Galaxy Tab acting as a switcher panel. You would find an actual switcher panel which costs between $5,000 and $15,000, which I don't have. So I quickly improvised, and there's a lot of smart improvisation on this van that allows you to sort of expand, and there's very little limitation on this van. My first gig was at the Marriott Hotel. I think it was a Ghana Football Awards. And it wasn't an official gig, but I sort of went there with my van to support the main production crew. And it was useful in the end because they had a few problems that this one could sort of support. So we ran a few things back and forth, and then this was able to do it. But it wasn't without its challenges. I got to see what the challenges were with cable length. I got to see what the challenges was with integrating with other production houses. Come on, zoom in.
Ghana has a very vibrant sports industry with many outdoor events, but few get coverage. That is Kofi's target to begin with.
The main gap in the market that I identified was the unavailability of standard facilities in the country. And by standard of facilities, I meant the vans that could do a standard football game or a standard general sport event. There wasn't much, if anything at all. There were only 2 facilities. But then you would find that there are more than 2 sporting events happening at any given time. So that means that there were lots of sporting events that were being overlooked.
Depending on the number of hours and the kind of production, be it sports, music concerts, festivals, the charges for clients may differ.
One major challenge that you will have in running a system like this is equipment. So getting the right type of equipment, being able to keep the equipment running, and being able to upgrade or replace the equipment when they are broken down. Every broadcast equipment are not cheap. They are really expensive. The cost of running it itself and getting your equipment maintenance and keeping it running is really high. Then finding the crew, the right type of people who understand the equipment and know how to use them to their fullest.
OB van productions are a niche thing. There are not so many entrepreneurs in that space here in Ghana. We've often had to rely on engineers from other countries to provide facilities and sometimes personnel. Kofi, however, has a bigger vision.
So I'm hoping that this will be the starting stages of OBs, especially OBs that are designed and built in Ghana. Most of the OBs around are imported. Trucks are imported, equipment are imported, but I'm hoping that at the barest minimum, we can begin to do some of the design stages in the country and sort of customize the design to meet our very specific workflow.
And Kofi believes it is very possible. At least assembling this OB van has opened his eyes to potential here in Ghana.
There are some really good artisans in this country who know their trade, who we can fall on. For instance, if I didn't tell you that this interior was locally done, you probably would never know. But this was done locally. The flooring was done locally. The carpeting and everything, the lighting was done, everything was done locally. So, I mean, the fact that I have an engineering background, I was able to supervise and be specific about what needed to be done where. But then it doesn't take away from the fact that they know their trade and they were able to help me put all this together properly.
Kofi Tandoh is here to make an impact in the broadcast.
So JoyBusiness van, this has been a review of my self-built, self-designed OB van. We're hoping that the future of the mixed effect solution hub OB vans is to be able to design bigger, better and more technologically current OB vans which will meet the world standard and can compete anywhere in this world.